bringing Israel to the world. This is IBN News.
With News of Israel, I'm Susan Michaels. As the coronavirus epidemic continues to surge, President Reuven Rivlin said this week it's unthinkable to suggest another election. A deadlock between Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Defense Minister Benny Gantz over the passage of the state budget threatens to prompt a fourth election in Israel in a little over a year. Referring to the pandemic, Rivlin stated, "It cannot be that we continue to deal with this as if it were a logical option while we are counting our dead." He went on to say, "If you take us there, you, the elected officials of whatever party, you will inflict on this country a hard, painful, and unforgivable blow. Beware of it." Netanyahu and Gantz have agreed this week to move the deadline for budget approval, originally set for August 25th. The Blue and White Party this week announced that it will not take part in a Knesset vote on a bill that would prevent anyone on trial for serious crimes from forming a future government. The legislation would prevent Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, currently on trial for fraud, bribery, and breach of trust, from leading the government after the next elections if he should be in a position to do so. Blue and White said in a statement, "Our fundamental position on the subject hasn't changed and won't change. However, bringing it to a vote at this time is simply and purely an attempt to destabilize the entire political system." According to the Coronavirus Task Force Chief, Professor Roni Gamzu, general lockdown may be imminent due to a drop in the number of Israelis getting tested for COVID-19 and the failure of the public to adhere to regulations. The low number of people getting tested may lead to untraceable hidden chains of infection, while continuing to gather in large crowds and closed spaces causes an exponential increase of infections. At a press briefing, the professor said, "If you cannot prevent yourself from gathering, then perhaps there is no choice but to go into lockdown." And the National Library of Israel has announced that due to large government cuts and the dire economic situation caused by the pandemic, their doors will be closed as of August 17th. I'm Susan Michaels.
IBN, Israel Broadcast Network.